Hey, welcome back to the One Overweight Challenge. In this video, we're going to cover the four athletic recruiting checklists that you need, or that's been provided to you, of course. So in these checklists, it's just a few things that you should have done every year to be on the path to athletic recruiting success and ultimately getting a scholarship offer, hopefully multiple. But the whole premise of this challenge is to get you scholarship offers, so get you your first offer, and normally that comes with several others. So with that being said, let's get into it. Excuse me. So in this first box, right under the title freshman year athletic recruiting checklist, you usually can just put your name, and then in the box after that, you could put your sport and the start of your year and the end of your year, and depending on if you could do start of the season, end of the season, but it's up to you. For me, I found that it works better when you start this at the beginning of the academic year and end it at the end of the academic year, just for the best results. So a lot of these things have to be done every year, so you're gonna see some guess overflow or CDs on other years outside of your freshman year as well. But what you want to do is, I would love if you just print these off and keep them close. And when you knock something out, check it off the list, and that way it gives you like a sense of accomplishment. But yeah, so just for example, when you at the beginning of your school year, I would like to do this within the first couple of weeks or prior to even starting school. You want to schedule a time to meet with your academic counselor to ensure you're taking the NCAA and NAIA required courses. And I'll have a link for you to, yeah, the link is right below. This link here just lets you know which courses to take, and you can print this list out and take it to your guidance counselor or your academic counselor and let them know that you plan on playing sports in college and you want to make sure your schedule is structured correctly so that you can be eligible to actually play. And this is like the foundation of everything. So if you could, depending on when you start, if you're watching this after your freshman year or after your sophomore year, anything like that, start where you can. Still go check out these list of required courses, compare it to your current schedule, and see where you can make changes, or if you need to catch up, or if you need to raise your GPA or something like that. See, it's always good to know this will be like your GPS, your map, as this is going to guide you to where you want to be, and it also lets you know if you need to reroute. So with that being said, those two should be checked off immediately. And excuse me, depending on when you watch this, start somewhere. You just have to get it done. Parents, if you're watching this with your kids, you can be their accountability partner. Make sure they get this done. And then the third checklist item is creating your initial list of schools that you're interested in, and you should have already done this. If you're watching the course in order or the challenge in order, you should be able to knock this out. And yeah, once you get that done, usually it's about 20 schools, 20, 30 schools, I would say. It's up to you. You could add schools. You can add and subtract as many schools as you want. This is your process, and everybody's process is going to be different. So with that being said, next you want to begin to work on your athletic weaknesses and strengths. You should always be doing this anyway, and that's just one thing you should be able to check off every day. And if you've downloaded the Athletic Recruiting Daily Do's, you know the list of things that you should do every day to increase your success of getting an athletic scholarship. This is be something that you should check off every day. You want to get 1% better every day. This was a concept that I learned while I was at Purdue. They called it the one brick higher concept. So basically, we just want to continue to build upon our foundation, one brick at a time, one brick every day, 1% every day, and before you know it, you're a whole 100% better, 365% better. But I mean, just with the laws of diminishing returns, it doesn't actually work that way, but you do get better at an exponential rate. So with that being said, We want to audit your social media accounts. We're in 2021 at the time of recording this, so your social media accounts are paramount to your success in a sense, especially with the new NIL laws, the name, image, likeness laws, to where people are receiving, well, student athletes are receiving endorsement deals and sponsorships through companies and other individuals that pay the money for services. So if your social media isn't up to par, it could cost you a scholarship. It could actually earn you a scholarship. People are receiving offers via social media these days, which is crazy. And at the same time, this could either make or break you far as in the bank account department. So if your social media accounts are set up in a way to where no one will want to work with you, then that could be a whole nother downfall on your part. But that's why you have this course. I mean, this challenge, because within it you do have the social media audit that you can go through and check off and know exactly what to have on your profile, how to optimize it for success, how to how and what to post, of course, and things of that nature. So you're set up for success with this challenge, but you also just want to stay cognizant of what are you posting, what are you sharing, what are you liking, because these schools do have teams that are like dedicated to tracking your social media accounts. They track every recruit they have and every athlete that they sign, and even the walk-ons. Like if you're gonna be representing the school, they're gonna be keeping tabs on you, especially on social media. So next, after that, you want to review the NCAA College Bound Student Athlete Guide. I've included that as well. It's just a quick read. It's a lot of information packed into a small document, but you would just what I would do was skip around and see what affects me and what's important to me and what will help me in my actual recruiting process. So it's jam packed with information. You get a lot of stuff that you need to know in there, and it'll be a great resource. That's why I included it. It comes directly from the NCAA, so you know it's good. And next, we want to look into dates for the PSAT and the plan, which is the pre-ACT, and you start preparing. You don't actually have to just go ahead and take the test right now during season or whenever you're actually watching this video. But it is good to know when the test dates are coming up and what you need to prepare for. If you need to get you a PSAT or pre-ACT tutor or anything like that, and start working towards that, because this is something that is going to come back eventually, depending on when you're watching it. So if you're a freshman, you definitely have to be ready for it. Well, I'm not gonna say definitely because it depends on how everything goes with the big C word, COVID. But yeah, as of right now for 2021 and 2022, they have waived the standardized tests far as it goes for the application process. So seniors and juniors, or well, people graduating 2021 and 2022 don't have to really worry about these tests, but that's not to say that the people coming after them won't. So it's also good to stay on top of that. And then we're going to look into schools that are close to home for unofficial visits. And you just want to do this because it's always good to have a feel for campuses and schools that you're interested in. And if you have some close, like some universities close that you'd like to check out, it's great to just call and see if you can schedule an unofficial visit. But if you're doing this right now, your freshman year, you won't be able to speak with the coaches or the athletic department about recruiting or anything. It'll be just like a normal visit. You'll be able to check out the campus, maybe check out the library, living situations, cafeterias, and things like that. But you won't be able to engage into recruiting talks until I believe it's June 15th. Oh, July 15th or September 1st of your junior year. That's when you could actually speak with coaches about recruiting and knowing what's coming down the pipe for them as far as recruiting goes. And you could actually have a recruiting visit, if that makes sense. But moving on, we're gonna start compiling videos for your highlight film and skills film. We're gonna update this every time you have a new game, or we're gonna definitely update it every season. So with Huddle, they've made that very easy to do. And if you don't know how to create videos on Huddle or highlight videos on Huddles or upload your videos to Huddle, let me know and I could get a video created for you and what we go through it. And but I know there's a lot of resources out there. Huddle even shows you how to do it yourself on their website. And then we want to actually schedule an end of year appointment with your academic counselor and your coaches. So I've picked up this concept through basically just my own personal successes. So basically, I met with my academic counselor at the beginning and end of each year because I wanted to know where I was at and how I was doing and what else I could focus on that would help me reach my goals, especially when it was time getting closer to time to graduate, as far as high school and college. So I definitely wanted to be on top of both of those. And I reached out to my coaches as well. In a sense, this is prior to me getting signed to Purdue, because at Purdue they already had exit meetings with your coaches as part of their program, part of their procedure. So me prior to that, I would always meet with my coaches at the end of the season to see how I did, what they would like me to work on, what I could do better, what they expect out of me coming up for the next year, and things like that. You just want to get a feel for where you always want to be improving, and these meetings help with that. And for last but not least, you want to create an online recruiting profile. There are a lot out there, so I'm not going to mention any names, but we are coming up with our own, and it's going to be audiblerecruiting.com, where you can go and make your recruiting profile, post your highlight videos, your stats, and things like that, and you can send it over to coaches. We'll get have forms for your resume and your questionnaires and just all the good stuff that you need that'll help you and everything, and help coaches as well, because you'll have everything you need. They'll have everything they need about you in one simple place. And I'll definitely keep you updated with that, especially if you're in the Facebook group or in the text list. You'll get that information as soon as it's live. So with that being said, that's the freshman year athletic recruiting checklist, and we have all 4 years kind of set out in the same manner. And you just go through the checklist and see what you can do, and you check things off the list. And once you check things off the list, you know you're on track to being recruited and actually on better pace to get an athletic scholarship. So with that being said, this is the athletic recruiting checklist. I'll have them to where you can download them below the video. They're not all going to be on the same document, because you don't need all of them at the same time unless you're a parent and you have a kid that's a sophomore and a kid that's a senior at the same time, and you're going through this simultaneously. Then that's okay as well too. But that being said, that's the end of this video. Download your checklist, check off what you can, and yeah, if you have any questions, drop them below or reach out in the Facebook group, or even shoot me an email. My email is in the resource list as well. And hey, look forward to speaking with you. Remember, you're only one offer away, and I'll see you in the next one.